Hello guys, welcome to my channel again. In this video, we'll be doing another top-down analysis, weekly top-down analysis, and we'll see what the market have for us in the next upcoming week. And it's been a while I did analysis on DXY, so the analysis will start from DXY, and the higher time frame will start from daily time frame. So without wasting time, let's see what the DXY have for us. And as you can see, if we string these charts together, as you can see that DSY has been kind of bearish for a time, for some times, and if you want to look at it from different perspective, you will see that this is kind of ranging. So, but as an SMC trader, we understand how liquidity work even in the ranging market. So, and we will try to analyze this and see what the ranging is actually doing and how we can take advantage of it. So, and without wasting any time, let's say we want to start by analyzing by you know the last break of structure that the market caused for us, and why is it that valid. Before I go, this is how I look at the chart. I want to see this level taken out, the market come back for it, then drop below here. Once I see this, then this level will be my high, then I will repeat the same process. Then I can look for my POI in between. Then once the market drop, then my high will be shifted to this level. So that's how the whole concept is. And as I said, this is not the only way to analyze the market, but this is the concept that I've been using for a while, and it has been working for a very long time, irrespective of the time frame. So, and that's one of the good thing about SMC. Once you understand one concept, you repeat it in different time frame, and will still give you the same result. So, mere looking at it, you can see that let's say markets will classify this level as a break of structure in daily time frame. A market went up, cleared this high. This is not even break of structure. This is not change of character yet. So you can see market swept this low, and when market swept this low, I said two things will happen. You see that market one deeper pullback. You will use this as a liquidity, as an inducement, and this is supposed to be our extreme order block. But as you can see, it did what we call external liquidity sweep. It swept the liquidity above here, then it closed down. Then we have break of structure here. So, and after this break of structure, this high will serve as our high. This level will serve as our high, and then this would be our low. But first of all, we need to identify where our liquidities are, our inducements will be. And if you look at it closely, this is the last pullback that the market did, and I'm expecting the market to come back to this level. Immediately we have break of structure or created another, or market should create another, maybe something like this, so that we can use this as an inducement. But whichever way market do not do that, and markets continue push up until we get to this level. But finally, market close above this level, we give us change of character. So immediately we have change of character, our momentum will start shifting from selling to buy. So, and what do I need to do after that? I need to look at how this market went to that upside to change character. You can see market was impulse correction, impulse, change character, then correct again, then push above this level. So that's what gave us this inducement, and we can say this is our inducement level, and this is our decisional POI level. And as I explained, we only have two POIs that are valid. One is decisional, then the other one is extreme. But when I look at this level, I do not see any extreme other block. So, and if you still pay close attention, you can see that there is a fair value gap here. So, and for other block to be valid, it must be associated with fair value gap. It means that for your other block to be valid, there must be a fair value gap next to it. So, but if you look at everything here has been mitigated, no fair value gap and no other block. So, knowing that, that means we will have to use this other block and see how the market will react from that other block. And as you can see, so immediately we had change of character here. This level will serve as our change of character, and this is going to be our inducement level, because this is the last pullback that the market did after break, or after we had change of character there. So, and this is the only other block that is available. Why? Because it has fair value gap, and if you look at it, there is no any other block below this level. So if you still want to look how deep the market pullback, you can see the market has done above 50%. So the pullback is kind of valid. The market is responding on our daily decisional POI or the extreme. So this is the only POI that we have. So if anything, if this POI fail, I will be expecting the market to come and close below this level. So our market should do more deeper pullback or sweep this level before we continue to go to the upside or something like this. So I'll be expecting market to do something like this, sweep this level, then before we can have continuation or market will continue selling. So in this scenario, what we are expecting for DXY is for DXY to come and clear this high again, continue the bullish momentum. We are expecting DXY to come to this level. Sorry, we are expecting DXY to do this. We are expecting DXY to come to this level and give us break of structure after this. So in this case, we can now go to, now that we know what DSY is doing, we can now go and check what Euro USD will be doing in the next coming week. I've done a lot of analysis on Euro USD, and the analysis is still intact. So let's use IC market. I think I had something like this. So this is what I have on Euro USD, and I can easily say let me see if I can clear this chart okay, there's no need to clear. So, and as you can see, Euro USD, we had change of character to the downside after this liquidity has been taken. These are our last break of structure to the upside, and market closed below here, which gave us change of character to the downside. And paying attention to this is our inducement. This is the last pullback that the market created in Euro USD after before change of character happens. This is the last pullback, something like this. You can see when the change of character wants to happen. This is the last pullback, and that last pullback will serve our inducement, and we must wait for market to take that last pullback out, then mitigate our order block. And as you can see again, there is also fair value gap here. DSY is Euro USD is like if you reverse DSY opposite, turn it upside down, it's still the same thing. So you can see the concept remain the same, and Euro USD is actually responding to this level. Although we have this decisional POI swept, and because there's no any other block above, then this decisional POI is still intact because no any other block above. If this POI fail, then we are expecting market to continue to the upside or to sweep this high. But as it can see, and if we want to look at it, let's see how deeper the market has done, has pulled back after change of character. You can see that we've done about 50%, over 50%, around 60% pullback. So what I did, as I explained in my last video, is I first went to 1 hour and I tried to sell from here, and market end up in break even because the momentum was weak and market went up. So when I change and I now look at it, what time frame is market responding to? In the lower time frame, not daily, lower time frame, then I went to 4H and I see that 4H is actually what the market was responding to. So if you look at it, before the market gets to this level, now that we have gotten to this level, our bias supposed to change from this momentum to sell, because this is the level we are expecting the market to sell. How will you engage? You go to lower time frame. So what I did was to see what the market was doing, and I see that when we close above here, no inducement, and market came back for this, sweep this inducement, and this level serve as our break of structure. So anything below here in 4 hours confirm change of character for me. So, and you can see immediately market change character here. Then we are to look for what? We are to look for our inducement. Inducement is the last pullback before change of character, or the recent pullback that the market did. So, and you can see this is the inducement level, and this is our decisional POI level. And in 4 hours, and you can see that market got to this level, there was a kind of small reaction, and market later failed this level. And market mitigate this 4 hours extreme order block and start dropping. So the first entry after this higher time frame mitigation supposed to be here, But because I've already had one break even using 1 hour time frame, I decided to stay away to see clearly where the market is actually going. The next target the first target supposed to be here, which is about 2 to 2.2 R. So, but if you still go for 2.25, so 2.5 R is also a good one. So, and you can see very nicely market came and closed below this level and gave us a direct TP. So what are we going to wait for after? What are we going to expect after market has confirmed this break of structure? So what I expected for market to do is this. Now follow the same process. This is the last pullback that the market did, which is this. If you understand how I pick my value pullback, so this is the last pullback, and you can see when market did this, I was expecting the market to come here, to come and mitigate this, to give me a good pullback and come to this angle to come and mitigate this level. But market refused to do that. So it just swept inducement, and I don't take inducement sweep entry. I don't do that. If I want to do this, I'll go to 15 minutes and look for entry here, but I don't do that. I only take POI's entry. So, and you can see market mitigate this, take this, and confirmed. Market gave us a very nice structure. Market did this. So, irrespective of how we want the market to behave, we have to still follow what the market is doing. So, this confirm is break of structure for me. This confirm a break of structure for me, and this confirm my high because all my criteria was met. So this level, I'm not expecting market to come back as deep as this level. Why? Because looking at this current situation now, structure has been formed after change of character. This is a complete structure, and then I will look for my inducement, and you can see when market break this structure, market pull back and later come down. So this high will serve as my inducement point for me. I want the market to come above here and do what? And clear this inducement and then come and close below here. Then, so if I'm to wait for opportunity now, I want to see the market go above here. If market can do that, then I'll be fine. Probably I'll be waiting for liquidity sweep like this. I'll be waiting for market to sweep this high or just come above here. This will serve as my hidden POI. So if market comes to this level, I will execute my trade like this, give it a little bit room, then I'll target this low. So this is what I will be expecting in DX in Euro USD coming next week or next days to come. So this is going to be my entry point. So, and if this fail, then I will reposition again because this is how I look at the chart. If this fail, let's say market wake up, we open the market and market just drop and do this. All I need to do is to wait for the same thing to happen. I want this change of character to happen, sell again anywhere here, then I'll target here. Because if fail doesn't mean I'll be looking for buy. I'll completely stick to my sell momentum. So that's sell bias. So that's exactly what I'll be doing using Euro USD. So the similar thing happened on GDP USD. GBP USD. So we don't need to stress ourselves on GBP USD. The same analysis still take place on GBP USD. But let's check what 24 hours is doing, which is higher time frame for us. So if you were to look at it, I think I did an analysis on GDP USD some times ago. And let's just rush down there. I don't want this video to be too long. The concept remain the same. So if we were to look at it, let's say this is the lowest level. This is going to be our change of a break of structure, and you can see to the upside, market supposed to protect this high. Then we see that market come above this level. That's not an issue. This is a change of character to the upside. So this serves as our change of character. It means that we are looking for buy. But because me seeing what DSY is doing, I'm being skeptical and being patient, waiting for GDP USD to also give me a sell signal because I know I can't be buying GDP USD and DXY is still selling, still buying. It's kind of not realistic to me. So I'm patient on GDP USD. I want to see that sell confirmation or maybe DSY will now change to sell confirmation while GDP USD will change to buy. So whichever way, I will just follow the plan, the same process. So when we have this change of character, we are expecting this low. We are expecting this low to be taken out and to be protected. Sorry. Then where is our inducement? If you look at it, this is the last pullback that the market did. Actually, this level, but this is the major pullback that the market did. So this serves as our inducement point, and we have to look for the next POI, which is this one. So you can see this is our POI. Why is it valid? Because we have fair value gap here. So this is the fair value gap that the market first reacted to mitigate the other block. So I don't take trade based on fair value gap alone. I take the other block next to the fair value gap. So, and as you can see, if you are to look below here, there's no fair value gap, there's no other block. So this is the only point that we're expecting the market to bounce off this GDP USD and come and close above here. So, and looking at GDP USD, market got to this level, respected this level, and later failed. So this level seems to still be holding, but kind of based on what I said DSY is doing, we are expecting this low is kind of supposed to be weak, because if the momentum was unable to push the market to the upside, then the market is coming down here. So what do? You go to 4 hours time frame, immediately market got to this level, and see what the 4 hours time frame is doing. If the daily time frame is going to go into one direction, you will see the sign from lower time frame. 4 hours, 1 hour, you will start seeing it from that time frame. So, but because we are following the plan and market mitigate this level, we want to see what 4 hours is doing, and probably maybe we'll have opportunity to buy or to sell. So if you go to 4 hours, started from this level, all this is none of our business again. Started from this level of mitigation, what is 4 hours doing? We can mark the 4 hours level to be like this. We had a 4 hours break of structure. Why? Because inducement was taken out, and we're expecting this high to be protected based on 4 hours time frame. And if you look at it closely, market close above here, which gave us change of character, and this level supposed to serve as our inducement, but you can see that market do not take out that inducement. Market just creates a kind of pullback, refuse to come here and close above. So in that case, we don't have structure yet. This level will serve as our inducement point. No, I think I'm seeing a kind of small pullback here. So I'm seeing a kind of small pullback here like this. So probably this level, market pull back here, and we're expecting this level to hold our entry. So in 4 hours, sorry guys, I'm back. So you can see in 4 hours. Oh, I think I'm seeing something here. You can see, I think I'm seeing a pullback here. There is a move here that the market did. The market did this. Then we are expecting this to happen. We're expecting this to happen and market close above. So what I'm trying to say is we had a liquidity point here. Like this. So, and you can see the market came back for that liquidity point, this inducement point, and close above here. How does the market do that? Market responding to fair value gap or a break of or an order block, which is somewhere around here. This is an order block that we're expecting the market to mitigate, but unfortunately, market do not get there. Market respond to this fair value gap in 4 hours time frame. So if you look at it closely, you can see that we have break of structure here, and this level supposed to what? To be protected, because structure has formed at the upper after this change of character. So this level is supposed to be protected in 4 hours. So if you are to do this, you will look for maybe uh, 4 hours inducement around here. Let me check if this inducement is valid. This inducement is not valid. So it means that this low, market is likely supposed to take out this low, and you can see market has already taken out this low. But my concern is because DSY is kind of looking bullish, then we should be expecting GDP USD to start looking like bearish. So But systematically, I'll be waiting for this to confirm. I'm not going to rush into GDP USD because mere looking at it now, I'll be expecting this level. This I will be if you look at it, this will serve as an inducement. If the market want to start selling, this will serve as an inducement, and we're expecting the market mitigate this level or come to this extreme and do what you can see the momentum is becoming weak and start selling. So, but this is not the kind of setup that I'll be waiting, that I'll be interested in. I want the market um to at least to show me clear direction. Then I will engage in this kind of setup, because if you look at it, market is still trading inside this fair value gap, and this fair value gap can bounce the market to the upside. So what I will preparing to do is 24H. I will go to daily time frame. I will be waiting for this level, for market to invalidate this level. So once I have change of character here to the downside, then I will be clear, knowing that the GDP USD has started selling. So I want to see GDP USD collapse to this downside, or maybe take to the upside, or whichever one I want to do, drop below here. Then I'll wait for another opportunity, then I'll start selling. So that's exactly what I'll be waiting for on GDP USD. So we can check Bitcoin. A lot of people are saying different kind of things on BTC, but it's not about what they say, it's just about what the market is saying. And I don't go by what people say, I go by what the market says. So if you look at it this way, we can check weekly time frame. Okay, let's check monthly time frame also and see what DSY is actually, and Bitcoin is actually likely going to be doing. So although monthly do not have the kind of data that we can work with, but at the same times we can still work with this small level. So if you want to look at it, you can see what monthly is doing, even using the same approach. You can see after month we had this level taken out. This is not break of structure because there is no inducement there. So market use this level as an inducement, and then we are to look for POIs, and you can see this is supposed to be our POI, but unfortunately market use this other imbalance, and market bounce from it. Some people will also say market use support and resistance and so on. So but we don't do that, we just follow the same concept all over and over again. So look at this way. After we have break of structure in monthly, sorry sorry guys, after we have break of structure in monthly, we can see that we still have an inducement here. This level will serve as monthly inducement, and then this level will serve as our what? As our decisional POI. So that's why I'm being skeptical about what BTC is going to do in upcoming months. I don't want to believe that BTC will not hold on to this level, but whichever way, it's not about what I believe, it's about what the market is doing. And if market fail this level, then our extreme POI is likely going to be here. So, and then we'll be looking for market to come above this level. Okay, so as I explained in monthly time frame, you can see what the BTC is doing here. So if this level fail, then we are likely to come as low as 27,000 to 30,000, $31,000. So this is what I'll be expecting on BTC. Is either we bounce to continue to this level, or this level fail, then we come lower. So this is my analysis on BTC based on monthly time frame. But if we go to daily time frame directly, because we use monthly as an our higher time frame, let's see what the daily is doing directly. So you can see market is responding to this POI, and we want to see what the daily is doing. So for daily now, you can see we have this common channel that market used to form whenever I want to collapse. BTC love forming channel, love that very well. So you can see, so this is a channel. If markets want to if BTC want to continue dropping, then this channel has to be taken out. So immediately we take out this channel, then retest, then this will be the first sign that BTC is going to collapse. But if BTC keep bouncing off this channel, and at the end of the day, if you look at the last daily structure that the market did, if you want to look at the last daily structure that the market did, you can look at it. This is the break of structure that the market did in terms of the concept. Why? Because market used this pullback as an inducement, and the market responded to this fair value gap or this other block close to this fair value gap. You can see, and the market drop. So if you are to repeat the same process, I'm expecting the market to use this level. This serves as a daily inducement for me. So, and I want the market to come to above this level like this. This is the other block. Then you can now take the trade and sell from this level. So before the market will drop, I'm expecting this market to push to this level. Then before we can see aggressive sell momentum if this POI is not going to hold. And if the market eventually push up and give us something like this, change character here, then this will be a first sign that this level is going to hold. Then we can see a kind of push down, then we can now continue buying to the upside. But until the market do that, we'll still keep both sides into uh, into perspective. We'll be watching if this trend line could break, then we can look for sell, and if the market continue pushing up, then we can continue looking for buy. So in this case now, if we want to look at what this is doing in 4H, let's check it in 4H. This 4H candle seems to be too many for me. 24 hours. Let me check how we can analyze this based on 24 hours. And if we just want to look at it, you can see that this is the obvious break of structure that the market did. This is the first one that we had. Why? This one do not have inducement, so we can use this. This is the obvious one. Why? Because market used this level as a liquidity point, as an inducement. Market come below here, sweep this low, and market bounce. So, and if I want to go, we're expecting this low to be protected by that. So, and this is the last pullback that the market also did. I think this level was the last pullback that the market did. So, and you can see market is also sweeping that level now. So maybe the same sweep that happened here is also going to hold here. And if I see any clear momentum to the upside, I will take a risk to join this market and buy to the upside. So in this case now, market has swept this. I'm expecting this to be the other block that will bounce the market to the upside. This other block that will bounce the market to the upside, or market will come and close below here. In terms of the way we analyze the market. So if you look at it that way, then this inducement has been taken out. If market push up and come here, this is going to be another opportunity. But if this one fail, then there's tendency that this low is going to also fail, and we cannot target the extreme low. So, but if you want to look at it, we can go to 1 hour like this and see what the market is actually doing in 1 hour after this inducement sweep. Although I don't take inducement sweep, but I'll pay attention. So if we are to look at 1 hour structure, you can see that this is the last break of structure that the 1 hour did. Why? Because market took out this 1 hour inducement and they mitigate this 1 hour other block and collapse. So we are expecting this to be protected in 1 hour. So this level will serve as our 1 hour IDM. Then probably this level will serve, this is our 1 hour decisional POI, which has already failed, and then this level will serve as our 1 hour extreme order block. So market is reacting from this, but whichever way, if market push above this level and give us change of character, then we can now say, okay, maybe this inducement sweep want to start holding. Then I'll start paying attention to what 1 hour time frame is doing. I'll start paying attention to what 1 hour time frame is doing. Maybe market will do like this, then I'll start looking for an entry around here, then start buying to the upside. So, but temporarily, I will be observing and be paying attention to what the market is doing on its own. So that's it for BTC for me. So I'm still being skeptical that we still have a long way to go in BTC. Market can still surprise us. Being seeing that DSY is preparing to be strong, so we should expect something special or something interesting on BTC too as well. So the last one we'll talk about is gold. Let's see what XAU USD. I don't really trade gold for a particular reason, but I can analyze it and show you guys what the market is doing. So I've done that before, but gold have been trending, was trending for a very long time. So you should expect a consolidation, or you expect what we, what we can call pullback. So looking at this bullish momentum, the market has already started showing us bearish momentum. There is nothing, it's not that difficult to identify. Market have been doing higher high, higher low. You can see market push down, supposed to continue but fail, break down again, supposed to continue but it's showing a weak momentum. So, and for the fact that gold, DSY is dollar index is preparing to be strong, then you can see it's normal for you to see a pullback on gold. So this is what I'm seeing on gold, and I can easily say, okay, gold is giving us the bearish momentum. We are expecting this low to be taken out, but I expect this market to come at least around this level before we can start seeing bearish, before we can start seeing the market coming down to this level. But mere looking at this, I don't think maybe the momentum is going to be strong enough to come and clear all these fair value gap that the market has created. Although it has mitigated it, but I still want a deeper one to come in between and probably mitigate something there and start giving us a bearish momentum. So, but whichever way, gold is crazy. It can still surprise you. You can start seeing bullish momentum from this level. But based on what the chart is doing, we see the very bullish momentum. Then we are now seeing systematically bearish momentum. So if we go to 4H, maybe we'll see something interesting. So if you look at it, this momentum was giving us impulse correction high to the upside, and if you look at this, looking at just what the market did, we can see market used this level as our 4H inducement, and probably no POIs there. I can't find any other block here, and you can see market also did what systematically drop below this level. So if the market drop below this level, then it means that this level is supposed to be protected. So, and this is going to be our kind of inducement and our position here for gold to come and react in this level. So if gold get to this level and still start seeing some kind of reaction, then it will be a nice one to start looking for sell in this direction, in this other block. So just look for sell if gold can just do his thing, then you can look for sell in this level. So in terms of 4 hours, this is what I'm preparing or expecting gold to do. And if you do otherwise, we reposition again. There's no certainty in this market. It's just all about probability. So that's exactly what I'm seeing on gold, and I think that will be the end of this analysis. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section, and if you also have a contrary opinion, you can also drop it. You can say whatever you want, ask any question. So, and finally, if you still find this video interesting and knowledgeable, kindly like, subscribe, and share. So bye for now.